Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Boardtalk. I'm your host, Mikey Ramirez, and tonight I got Grandpa P and the OUGSTER, man. So tonight's video is going to be our overrated 11 in the PREM.
Let's get it started.
Okay. Who do you guys have as goalie?
So I guess I'll go first. Hugo Lloris, definitely the worst top six goalie. He is massively overrated for how many World Cup appearances he gets because he's in that France team.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that good whatsoever. And they could easily get a replacement.
They should have a replacement for Lloris.
I think he's on the decline. I think he's definitely on the decline. I think he was good though. Like I used to think
Like
he
a
was.
long time ago. You know how many he's made so many errors where it's just like, oof, that's not good.
I guess you could say he's overrated. Yeah, by the manager. They keep him on. I don't hear anybody
He's just
talk
a club
about him.
legend. Like he gets the hate that De Gea should get. He messes up all the time.
I feel like they hated.
Not by me, United fans. Everyone like
That's
his
not a bad shout.
distribution.
It's not a bad shout. He said something though that he said worse than the top six.
For sure.
I think I got one. I got someone worse than him.
Who do you have? Don't you say?
Is it yours? Is it your overrated goal?
I got Ederson.
Your
Wow.
own goalie.
I got my
You're
own
going
goalkeeper.
crazy.
I got my own goalkeeper. Here, let me tell you why.
Ederson's hard because he gets so many clean sheets.
That's why he's overrated, because it's not because of him. He watch our games. Watch how many shots a team has against us. If you look at our 3 losses this season in the Prem, they're 1 shots, 2 shots. It's because of he gets clean sheets because of the defense, and he gets all these rewards. You know,
He does get all the rewards.
for no goddamn
Isn't he
reason.
like 2-time Golden Glove?
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because although I like him and he fits our style, because we don't get not
He's
many
got a
teams
leg.
get. Yeah, he has a leg. He can distribute hella, and that's why I like him. I'm not saying like I hate Ederson, but if you were to go to any Manchester City fan page, they hate Ederson. If you look at the Real Madrid goals, there's no reason why Rodrigo should be scoring headers when it's right at him. Like saving wise, he is honestly dog shit. Like a lot of people
you
rather.
want a new keeper?
I don't know if I want a new keeper, but
How much did you guys spend on him? Like
30, 40, 20, I don't remember.
I thought it was more. To be honest,
We didn't spend that much, but I mean, we spent a lot for a goalkeeper. But yeah, when it comes to doing your job, because you have to base a goalkeeper off their main job, and that's saving, and he is not good, average.
But
at
in
best.
City's squad, it kind of works.
It works
because
out. He
all
gets away with
needs
it.
is his feet.
Yeah, all he needs is it works out because we have such a great defense, and all he needs is his feet, and he can get 2-3 assists. So I'm not saying I hate him and I want to get rid of him, but when it comes to saving the damn ball,
That's interesting.
1v1s, it might as well be an open net because he will not stop him.
Well, my goalie was Lloris also, so good job. I mean, I don't know. Is he overrated now? Because two people just put him in that he's trash. I don't know if he's really overrated anymore.
I
don't
think
hear-
he
I
gets
just
too
don't
much
think he's a goal-
respect from Spurs.
Yeah, I do
Spurs
think-
themselves respect him too much.
I don't think he's a top 10 goalie in the league. Because there's
I mean-
a lot of great goalies. In
I
the
mean,
league.
yeah, we
Goalies
got
are
Nick
pretty
Pope,
good.
we got Bamford, we got we got all these. Brentford? Oh wait, no. Who's Brentford?
Brentford? You mean
Raya?
Oh my God, who's Bamford? Who's
The
Bamford?
striker for Leeds?
No,
Patrick Bamford?
no. I'm thinking of someone else. I don't even think he's in the Premier League.
Okay, let me start off with the right backs. I got Trippier. And
Trippier?
I'm-
crazy.
way.
I'm saying this because I thought he was the best right back halfway through the season. And in his recent form, he's been pretty dog. The whole Newcastle team has just been pretty bad. And honestly, he's for sure the worst defender in that back four. Easily.
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
You know what's crazy?
What's his?
Is I got him too. I was gonna go with Trent, but
I feel like Trent's the easy shout just because.
I feel like that's why I didn't go with him, because I feel like everybody's been on him. So is he that overrated? But if this was 2 seasons ago, I think we could have said Trent was overrated, because I think, especially as a Manchester City fan, all our goals came on the left side, and it was always because we knew Trent was shit at defending. Now, it didn't stand out as much because Liverpool had success, but now that they're not, now everybody sees. So everybody's calling it out. So that's why I didn't go with Trent, and I went with Trippier, just because I bought into that hype that he was like, people were talking to him about being the best England right back, just because Newcastle were on such a great run.
That
but
is true.
I rate him, and I do think he's good, but I may be a tad bit overrated, and that's why I gone with Trippier as well.
So do you guys think he's the best right back in the Prem?
No.
Who is then?
I think Kyle Walker's still better than him. I think.
You think it's Ben White?
No, I was gonna say Reece James.
I mean, yeah,
Like, as a right back, Reece James.
Reece James, we could say him as well.
I think it goes Reece James, Ben White, Kyle Walker, but it's close between Ben.
Well, I was just
Ben
naming
White,
people who
Kyle.
were better than him. I'm not saying Kyle Walker is the best. I was just naming people better than him. Like, I would rather have Kyle Walker. I would rather have Reece James.
I'd rather have Dallo over Trippier.
I wouldn't say that at all.
What?
But
I kind of like him. But that might just be me.
I don't know. My right back was Trent.
your right back's Trent.
Yeah.
And we can go with Trent just because his defense is shocking sometimes. He had a good game versus
He
Man
had
United,
too many years of people talking about Trent like he's some.
It's just
legend
his-
or
I think
His distribution's so good though. Like if we look at his stat records, it's honestly pretty crazy that he's so high. He's so high up already in the assists.
the defense is too bad. in my
Yeah, but
opinion.
that's why I would agree that he could be
it
overrated.
is too bad.
I do think Robertson needs to be talked more about.
Robertson?
Yeah. What did I say?
Robertson.
Yeah. I think he should be for the fullbacks. I feel like he should get more credit than Trent because he has the assist record for outside backs or something like that, right?
Oh,
Or-
I don't know about
He has
that.
some assist records, but I feel like he's a better out fullback than Trent.
When
And
Liverpool
people
were at
say-
their prime, I would say Robertson was. I thought Robertson was my favorite. Like when if I would
I thought
if
he
I were to
was
choose
better.
one player from that team 2-3 years ago, it would have been not fullback. It would have been Robertson over Trent. I think they're both pretty bad. Go ahead.
People fall in love with stats these days, and Trent gets his stats, and so they think he's better. And if you watch the games, he's not.
I mean, he can play a hell of a ball.
And I think Trippier is actually pretty good.
I mean,
I think he's good too.
Like
I don't
he'd
think
be good on every
he's not trash. I'm not
top
saying he's
6 team. I
trash.
think he would start.
I don't think he's trash. I just don't think.
Every top 6 team, I think he would start.
Nah.
Confidently would say that.
See, now he's overrated for that statement.
Who is he starting over? You think he's starting?
He's not starting over Reece James. He's not starting over Ben White. He's not
I think
starting
he
over
is.
Kyle Walker.
I think if he's on your team, he's starting.
Why would we want him on our team?
Not saying if you sign him today. I'm saying if he was already on your team.
I mean, for me, Kyle Walker is irreplaceable because there's nobody with that pace that can shut down the likes of Mbappe and players like that.
Sure.
Like Walker's pace comes in so clutch for us
I
sometimes.
just-
Hey, you ready for a mic drop right here?
Yeah.
So, do you think Kyle Walker's getting arrested for what he did?
I didn't even.
Oh my
Did somebody
God!
break the news to me?
That was.
I don't even know what happened.
Let's not talk about it.
Do I
No,
think-
no, no,
I
I
don't
want to
You wanna
drop
know?
a little bomb right there.
Do I think he's getting arrested? I mean, if Mason Greenwood's not getting arrested, there's no
He-
way, no how Kyle Walker's getting arrested because it's not nowhere near as bad as that. But I think he shouldn't play next game for sure. I think there has to be some consequences because we all know footballers aren't.
there.
I mean, it's on. He got caught on video. He got caught on video. But these are footballers we're talking about.
They're kind of.
They don't get in trouble. They have to do something
It's unlucky.
outrageous to ever get punished. But
Serious assets.
he shouldn't play the next few games. Like he should
Okay.
a fine, and I mean honestly, he probably should face like a day or two in jail. Like,
Okay. Let's get back to the video. Who do
Should
you
be
guys
laughing.
have as a
You
center
should not be laughing. But yeah, he
bro,
should.
you know that Jose Mourinho meme when he's holding the mic like that?
Yeah.
That was me when I looked on Twitter and I was like, why is Kyle Walker trending? And I saw the video and I was just like, come on, man. Please.
Okay.
You're gonna miss
Who
him.
are you guys for center backs?
My center backs.
Yeah.
Hold on, you can go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Overrated center backs. So, oh man. All right, Mikey's not gonna like this one. I got Gabriel.
Really?
I got
I
Gabriel.
feel like everyone.
He was in our underrated.
He was in your guys' underrated?
He was
Yeah.
in his.
I put him in my underrated 11 because I feel like all the love went to Saliba at the first half of the season, and no one really was talking about Gabriel. But then in the second, or this middle third of the season, I feel like he's been our best defender.
I'm not saying he's not good. A lot of these players I still think are very, very good, but I base this off of what I hear from Arsenal fans, Arsenal fan pages. And when we played him the last few times, he seems to just lose his head sometimes. Like he can really F up and really have a huge mistake. That's why I put Gabriel. I think Saliba's solid. Yeah, I think Saliba deserves. I think Gabriel deserves credit too, but I think some people take it too far, and that's why I'm going with Gabriel.
Okay, so I got a back line of 4, but
Right.
I got 3 center backs.
Okay.
So
I kind of have 3 center backs too.
my right back is it's a defender, and it's Pontus Janssen, the Brentford center back.
He's good.
No.
I like him.
No,
Jansen's a great defender,
No.
and he's the captain. I'm pretty sure.
he is the captain, but no.
It's hard to say. Like teams like Brentford, teams
I
like
don't think he
Brighton,
should have a Premier League contract.
What? He's
Whoa.
not that bad. That is actually criminal.
It's hard to
Against
say
Jansen.
players like them because they do so well defensively, and they're such a bastard of a team to get through. And like
But
they're
they can
already
do that with
a
somebody
mid-table
better.
team, so who the hell is rating them that high in the first
Yeah.
place?
I don't think he should.
You
I'm
don't
just
think-
saying
you're
for
saying
him
you don't
having
think-
a Premier
you
League
think him
contract,
being in
that's too high of a rating. He's not that good.
Okay.
He's
let
a
me-
fridge. He's a
He
fridge.
is a fridge.
Sometimes you have to have a fridge in your back line. And talking about
There's
fridge,
definitely a better player out there that Brentford can
Look what
get.
Newcastle's doing. They said over 6'2". Come here.
Put him at left
Even
back.
as fucking a fullback. Come here.
you want to hear my mid-table overrated center back?
Mhm.
Connor Cody.
Connor Cody.
Connor Cody, you know what? I think I could get on board with that.
Because he gets England call-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
I could get on board with that.
I honestly thought
He had
He was
good years
pretty
at
good at
Wolves.
Wolves,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I
As
think
long
he
as
got-
we give him credit there.
I think he got found out at Everton. Like Tarkowski and
I think anybody can get found out.
He's actually Sean Dyke took him out of the team.
yeah. So like the manager before him was writing him, but now I think with John Dice, I just wanted to put Connor Cody just because
Lampard started the season with Everton, right?
No.
Who was it?
This season?
Yeah.
Chelsea? It was two.
No.
No.
Oh.
With Everton.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, Everton. Yeah.
It was,
Well, why was I talking about Chelsea?
I don't
What
know.
the hell am I on about?
that was last
was
year, I think.
I think you're
We weren't even
saying
talking
about
about
you thought Lampard Chelsea, like automatic. But yeah, I think Connor Cody is just he's not a bad player, and
I mean, the
but-
moment he got over Tomori in the England call up, I think everybody was like, "Yo,
Yeah. Who's rating
who is this guy? Connor Cody? Are you shitting me?"
okay. My other center back is Romero. That dude is so dog shit. In the last 13 games, he has 8 red cards and 2 red cards.
8 red.
Or
Yellow
two-
cards.
Yeah, 8
8
yellow cards.
2 red cards.
Yeah, 2 yellow cards and 2 red cards. This dude cannot tackle without fouling. He is a foul merchant and a half.
He is a foul merchant. But you
So-
like that in the center back sometimes. I kind of
Not
like
when you get 2 red cards and
and
13
everybody
games.
else in their back line is just bad.
No, I actually think
You think it's his-
Eric Dyer is the best defender in that back line for sure.
But that's saying a lot.
I mean, that doesn't say a lot.
Like if Eric Dyer's your best center back,
Eric Dyer's solid, but if he's your best center back, then you probably have a problem.
I almost put Eric Dyer in my underrated 11 just because I thought he's been so. I just think he's been the best defender, and everyone talks about Romero.
but
Everyone talks about
everybody got
Romero.
mistakes in him.
I mean, look,
Romero probably has the least amount of mistakes.
this is how I look at Spurs
I think the most
overall.
amount of mistakes
Nah, not in terms of defensively.
defensively for sure.
No. You can
Oh,
say
well,
the
not
yellow
like,
cards and red cards all you want, but those are mistakes. Those are really mistakes. But just like mistakes leading to goals, nah.
And I mean, this
They
He
miss,
hasn't really been reliable at
like
all.
their
'cause
fullbacks
he's been
aren't
injured
defenders.
too.
Like they got Emerson Royal.
I mean, so we could have
They
all
They
good
have
recently.
Stetson Young. They have Ben Davies. Like
we
They
could have
have a
all
wingman.
put a lot of Spurs player, but the reason why I stayed away from the defense on Spurs, and I was thinking of putting Romero in my team too, but it's hard to be a good center back when you have nobody in front of you protecting you. Like that last video I watched, the fact that Kennard made a case for Højbjerg,
I know.
I was losing my goddamn mind. It's hard to judge Romero and Eric Dyer because who they got in front of them? There is no midfield. Like they
had
are
a
doing it.
midfield with
You
before
don't think they have
Bentancur
a
got
midfield?
injured.
you don't think they have a midfield?
I think their midfield is
Like
You think
Basuma?
they're Donut
crap.
You don't
FC?
think Bazuna's good?
He don't play.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you don't think he's good.
I mean, he
I
hasn't
think
been playing.
I think he's decent. He doesn't play, so it's not like we can say he's good because even when he does come in for 20 minutes,
I think it's their formation.
I think it's Tottenham.
5-2.
Tottenham. It's just Tottenham, but
you mean Donut FC because he got nothing in the middle?
nothing, bro.
That's 5-2-3.
They are so
That's a
dog
crazy
water, man.
formation.
And the fact that my team every year bet the house on it that they're gonna lose to them, it's disgraceful. It honestly,
It's actually weird. how
it's
you guys
really
not
goddamn
beat
weird.
them
Why we
twice.
just collapse against them? Like we even collapsed against them when we beat them. We were down 2-0. Like it's outrageous, man. And then Romero, of course, looks so goddamn good, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, this guy's so good." And then what? Next week they lost. What was it? 4-1 to fucking Leicester.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's hard to rate anybody because they can have such a good game.
Seriously,
and such a
it
bad
is hard
game.
to rate anybody because
On
they're
that
on the
team.
backside.
They can look so good and be so shit.
We're all going to sound dumb because all these players are going to score at the weekend.
Yeah, they're gonna. What happened? They lost to Milan, lost the championship side, Sheffield. They're a big game is in them. No,
Yep.
Who's your second center back? Or
My second center back, Thiago Silva.
ooh, that.
I don't know about
Whoa.
that. What?
Today,
He's
I
pretty
think he's
good.
overrated.
You know
Well,
where
no, I'm just saying, like, at this age.
you know where I can see his case. I don't agree, but where I can see his case is that the hype that Chelsea fans are like. I hear about him all the goddamn time. Like I even like some players like some Chelsea fans even say like Chelsea's bigger than Manchester City and better than any player that Manchester City had. I seen that thread and I was like, all right, calm down now. Like
I don't.
He was-
Everybody
Everybody
Chelsea defenders him. You couldn't say
Because they're bad.
Or
Hold on.
What?
Let us keep going with
Go.
through our underrated 11 or overrated 11.
oh, he's gonna have Koulibaly as well.
That is, I mean, that's not a bad shot, but
Why wouldn't we have Chelsea players in our
I do have
overrated
Chelsea
11?
players. I do have Chelsea players, but
They're overrated. They're not good.
I don't think Thiago Silva's the reason why they're bad, though. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like it is not.
He's a
fault.
liability with his like lack of pace. Is what I'm trying to say.
That is.
I
I
think.
don't even see him get caught out though. With
Yeah, I don't see him get
because
burned.
they play with the 5. So
But it's just they have to cover. They have to cover for it.
Thiago Silva. I think the talent is definitely there. It is there. He is
And they
so
lose.
good. But
they
I
lose
think
and tie and give up goals all the time.
the only
Actually,
reason
they
I
don't
can
give
see
up
a
that
case
many
for
goals.
Thiago
They don't
Silva is
score
just how
goals.
much.
But that's what the problem with Chelsea is. It's not their defense. I think it's more they can't score goals.
Their defense is not.
Peyton.
I've gone
No.
I've gone into this season thinking their defense wasn't that good.
You've had a shocker there, Peyton.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I predicted them 6 and they're even worse this year.
You
Yeah, I
predicted them 6?
Yes,
Wow, what a good shout from you.
not really. They're worse.
But everybody else had them top 4, especially especially after all them signings. I mean, I could have told y'all Sterling was going to flop, but Koulibaly, who else they
oh,
signed?
just wait.
Great. You guys are done. Okay. Who's your other center back?
This one's tough because it was between Romero or Martinez, but I'm going to go with Martinez just because. No,
Lisandro?
he's, huh?
Lisandro Martinez?
Come on now.
What?
You need a map just like him or what? Because I know you needed a Matt Gardner Mo Salah. Jesus Christ. Looking the other way.
Oh, yeah, that was-
No, so here's why I put Martinez. I think he's really good. And coming into this season, he definitely would have been underrated. No, everybody was talking about his height. Obviously, that's not a problem. But why I've gone with Martinez is because all I hear and see on goddamn Twitter is highlight videos of Martinez going up to players, and they had badass music to it, like he's doing something. Like no one can just flick him off of them. Like he's good. I rate him a lot, but the hype from Man U fans, that's why I had to put Martinez, because I'm not saying
He deserves it because everybody was calling him a midget at the beginning of the season. There was too many memes out there at the beginning of the season talking about like Haaland compared to Martinez, and it was like a super.
No, he does well. I like him a lot. I think he's
hard before
I think he's
we
really
even
good.
played a game.
I think he's a really good defender, but I just think the amount of hype that people say. I mean, they're already calling Man United fans are already calling him the best defender in the Prem, best defender even in the world, and I'm just like,
I did it one time. I did it.
and I was just like,
I'm not gonna
whoa,
lie.
let's relax here now, because this is still the same guy that conceded 4 against Brentford, 6 against Manchester City, and 7 against Liverpool. So
When you guys lose, you guys get
when it's bad, it's bad, and
It is. It sucks when we lose.
so that's why I've gone with
6-1 to
Martinez.
Spurs.
Doesn't mean I don't think he's good. I think he's a fantastic player. But Man United fans, let's calm down now. First, go a season without conceding 4 or more.
He's 1
And
for
then-
1 on trophies in England. I'm riding that stat forever.
Oh, and people talk about the Liverpool thing. That was a slip, dog. I think he defended that really well. But
you can't defend
Is that
that.
sarcastic?
no, I think he defended that really.
He
No,
got murdered.
watch the video.
He got murdered.
No, I can show you after. Watch the video. He did really well.
No,
it wasn't until
he fell.
It wasn't until 2 steps later that he fell. Look,
But
watch.
He was
He
going
was-
a completely
No,
different way.
he got shook, right? But everyone's gonna get shook. It happened.
He got spun.
And then, no, he did
and
this.
fell.
and then he turned back and he had Salah right there. 2 steps later, he then slips. I think he.
Why does he slip? Because
I think he
Salah
just loses-
mixes him.
I don't know about. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a combination.
bad.
I think he.
Watching it in slow mo was pain.
Let's watch. We'll have
There was
another look.
pain.
You guys let us know in the comments what you think about that. Have a real look at it though. I think he defends it well. He just
You can't defend that.
okay. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways,
Who's your last offender?
My last defender is, once again, guy does not deserve a Premier League contract, and that
Jesus,
is
this guy.
Ashley Young.
Ashley Young.
Ashley
You know what?
Young
Yes.
does not deserve
F
Does
that
he
a-
play though?
He
Just
didn't
screw that
deserve
guy.
a Premier League contract when he was at Inter Milan. It was bad.
I can agree with that.
He's a
I
captain.
forgot
He
about that.
captains
That's
that
what
Villa.
I was just about to
He
say. He's gone
captains
off
Villa.
my radar. But when I see him play, cameras are always on him.
Captains Villa.
Yeah, I mean, he's
He's atrocious.
he's
I'm
boo boo sauce.
That was a good shout.
I-
I totally forgot.
I
about that.
loved when I was watching his face when he thought, "Oh
When
yeah."
that bird
We got him.
landed in his mouth.
Oh no, I'm talking about he was so smiley, and he probably thought to himself, "Yeah, I got this one over you, Manchester City." And then bam, we come back, and just to see his face, I was like, "Check that." You fucking dickhead."
Oh, talking about Man City, my last offender.
Don't you dare! You can't say any of those guys. There's only one guy you can maybe say. And
Is
if it-
Suda Kanji.
No, he is.
This dude- how
Akaji
does
was
he
a
do that?
bargain though.
No,
How's he at a
no,
top 6
no,
club?
no,
He should not be
no,
at a top
he's
6.
a
I will
bargain.
not accept that. I'm even getting angry. I'm getting
He's
angry.
a mid-table defender.
I will
in
not
my
accept that.
I don't see the
I
talent.
will not.
I do not see
I
it.
will not accept. I don't even know if I should let you finish.
I don't
I
think
will
he's that
not.
good.
Come, bro.
How is he starting over Laporte and Diaz? in
Should-
hockey?
okay, look.
They
Okay,
want to
first of
sell
all,
Laporte now.
okay, the
There's rumors
Laporte
about
Diaz
that.
have been dealing with injuries. That's why Akanji came in. But since Akanji came in, he hasn't put his foot wrong. He has been so solid. He should vouch. He should vouch for me, because when we played Man United that first time, who was bodying every single Man United
Right.
player? That was Akanji. You should be vouching for him too.
We net it 3 times though.
He hasn't
with
put
the
a foot.
defenders that you guys have. I don't think he should play.
But look, when you got Laporte and Diaz constantly dealing with injuries, that's why we got Akanji.
Yeah.
And then because Joe Cancelo left, so now Ake, although he plays center back too, he's basically become a left back. And so with Ruben Diaz and Laporte constantly dealing with injuries, John Stones dealing with injuries as well.
I forgot about John Stones too.
We had to throw in
another dude that should be starting over Akanji when he's healthy.
Oh, our best center back duo.
Healthy, though.
Our best
Akanji's
center back
been
duo
good.
is Laporte. No, not Laporte. Is Stones and Diaz. They're so solid, but they're never healthy together. If Stones is healthy, Diaz is out. If Diaz is healthy, Stones is out. I won't be surprised when Stones does come back that Diaz picks up an injury. I won't be surprised. Actually, I'm calling it right now.
But you know why Akanji starts so many games, right? Like, you know the reason in Pep's football, right?
Why?
Because he's a left-footed center back. That's the only reason.
I mean, I think I like him a lot. Honestly, I like him. I was worried because when he came over, Dortmund fans were just flooding Manchester City accounts saying he's dog water. He's gonna you guys up, and I was just like, oh shit. Well, we'll see. And then he came in, and I was so impressed with him. So impressed with him. Is he outstanding?
Like 15 mil.
Yeah, we got him for 15 mils. Was it 15 mils? Something like that.
It's 10 to 15. Something like that.
He is so solid. He's not nothing outstanding, right? Like when Diaz.
That's
and
what I'm
Stones,
saying. But people be hyping him up. I'm like, bro,
I haven't seen anybody hype him up. If you see people hype him up, then yeah, you could throw him in there. I think he's solid though. I like him a lot.
Seen people hype him up.
I haven't, but
it is kind of a bargain though.
I think he's so solid.
Okay, let me know. That was the same.
Because you really got to think. They signed a 15 million pound center back and are in second.
He's coming
with their main center back hurt. So like he's came in and it's basically
he's done a job. He's done a hell of a
change,
job.
expectation don't.
He's done a hell of a job. I like him. I hope we keep him. When Laporte's gonna leave, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Next guy up, Kanji. Let's get it.
Okay, who's your last defender?
I already did all my signings.
Oh, you did?
I think so. I had a Trippier, Gabriel, Martinez. Oh, I guess I do have one more. It's kind of hard.
Ashley Young.
Oh, can I say my honorable shout out? Just because of the beginning of the season, Cucurella.
Oh, I think everybody knows he's dog water though.
Yeah, but
I don't
like
know
at
why.
the beginning of the year,
I still want to
Hayden
hold on
Beck,
to him.
our resident Chelsea fan in our group chat, was
He's been on the
he was
channel.
foaming at the mouth. He was foaming at the mouth of Cucurella.
He was.
He had his.
Yeah,
He's just been had a horrible season also, so I don't know. And then another defender I thought of.
I think Ashley Young was a good shout.
Okay, I got mine. Digne.
Oh, that was my other one.
Digne?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
He was, you know,
I have him written down right
there
here.
was talks about him going
Mikey
to a
was the
big
one
team.
rating him. Mikey's been rating him ever since
Yeah, he's
about
dog shit.
3 months. And now he finally
He's
jumped
dog
on.
shit. He is.
I was about to
I
go.
thought he was good. He's not good anymore.
I was about to
He's
throw
not
Trent
good.
in there just cause, but I was like, no, don't throw Trent. I like Trent. Don't throw him in. And then I was like, Digne.
He's been not. I don't think he's been good since Everton.
I thought he was.
He was good at Everton, but
At the beginning, and then at the tail end, it was like, nah, this guy's not good.
He really career didn't turn out the best.
Not
For what
started
player
good.
he was. Yeah, for the
well,
player
he was getting
PSG, Barcelona.
yeah, he was having
I
connections
thought he
to big
came
teams.
out of Barca.
No, he started at PSG.
Oh,
Then went to Barca.
okay, that's how I got it.
And then
And there was even
Don't
talks of
know
him
what
going
happened
back to another big team, and I forgot who was thinking of picking him up, but then he ends up,
at Everton.
yeah, and he's been.
Got some assists. Was in a decent defense, and then Everton fell apart. We all know what happened there. Got sold to Aston Villa.
I haven't done much
Is what
there.
it is. Good shout. He's been rating him though since. About
He
2
was
months
one of
ago.
my honorable mentions just because of my personal
Rating of him.
Yeah, and that's why I put Benji
You
for
did
my
some
underrated.
self-reflection.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, you guys ready for the midfield? To be honest, I have no sixes. I have like 3 10s practically. So, but I just went with 3 overrated midfielders.
Okay.
What's your midfield like?
So I got, you could say an 8, and
So it's pretty balanced.
and he's just a midfielder.
Okay.
/ he's a fantasy midfielder. So
Oh,
winger.
okay, you choose it.
So
Fine.
winger.
I mean, I did 310, so I think it's fine.
Okay, go.
You want me to say mine?
Or like, what kind of positions are they? Or
Yeah.
is it?
Numbers? I don't know the numbers.
No, like just like are they wingers in your midfielders, or are they?
Oh no, they're midfielders. They're midfielders.
like defensive midfielders and.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't have any defensive midfielders. I got 2 like cams.
Gotcha.
I want to say my dude first, and it's Paqueta.
Lucas Paqueta,
Yeah.
big price tag.
Big price tag. Now lived up to the
That's a
hype,
good shout.
and honestly, people were saying, "Oh, good move." Good. Everyone was saying, "Good move," and I'm glad Arsenal did not buy this dude. I'm glad we avoided Paqueta because Odegaard's way better than him, for sure.
It's true. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have put him in here. That's a good shout.
You guys might be a little shocked by this one. I think you guys talked about him in your last video. Madison.
Oh no! Why?
Madison.
Why do you think he's good?
Hold up,
I think-
I might be on your side.
I think he's
Let me hear your
good.
case.
I think he's good, but he is now getting links to to teams like mine, and I'm just like,
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
haven't
this
heard
is this is the argument that I like.
and I'm
I
like,
haven't heard
yo,
him linked to Man City.
bro, but it's the Man City
I don't
fan
think he's
pages I
good enough
follow.
for a team
Like
that.
I hear he's getting some links to some big teams. And I'm like, yo, he's one of those players that is good enough to where he can outshine everybody on like a mid-table team. But as soon as you get him onto a big team, I guarantee you, he will not be the same. And if my team gets him, I will be very, very disappointed. And because of that, I put Madison because I think a lot of people do rate him, but he wouldn't.
I don't know,
I just don't-
man. I'm 50-50
I don't
on
see
it.
what you think is bad about his game. He's getting like, I think he has 10 goals, 8 assists.
I don't know
on the
where he's gonna
Leicester
suffer.
team.
I don't know where
like
he's
I
gonna
said, he's a
suffer.
solid good player. It's not what I don't think he really can't do. It's just I don't think he could live up to. He's not going to be as good as a Gundogan as a
Well, he's going to be
Fernando,
playing that
like-
KDB spot. He's playing 10 if he gets to Man City. But I think he definitely has. He can go to a better team and still be good, like a Newcastle or I think Spurs would be a good place for him.
he could go to a
Spurs
better
would be
team, but if he were to go to a big team,
You think his numbers would fall off?
I think he would fall off. Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like at Newcastle, I feel like his numbers would go up
Yeah.
because like you got to think.
but I'm saying
He's
big,
not a
big
selfish
teams.
guy.
So I'm
He's not
saying
selfish.
like R3 teams. Like, could you see him?
potentially.
I think
there.
he might play over Bruno if he came to our club.
But I do want to say,
That's
look at what's
crazy, I
around
feel
him.
like.
Look at what's around him. Over the hill, Jamie Vardy, Inacho he's not that good.
Like I said, I think he's good, but I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that good to get a link to Manchester City. No way, no how. Whoever's in that room saying, you know what, let's look at Madison and bring it over here, you're smoking.
Okay, but dude, just that their best attacking outlet at Leicester, other than Madison, is Harvey Barnes. Like, imagine Madison at a team
Underrated.
like at Crystal Palace.
Watch the video, guys. Underrated. He's in my underrated team.
No, like imagine James Madison at a team like Crystal Palace. That front four would be nasty of Elise, Eze, and Zaha. And Madison, oh my god, that'd be goals galore, and the football would look beautiful.
Might be a bad take, but you know what? I'm sticking by it.
Okay.
I'm sticking by it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you
Foot
convinced me.
down.
I don't
and
think
I'm
he convinced
sticking
me.
by it.
Wait, who's
'Cause
your
I-
midfielder?
So my have we said one already?
I said one.
I've said one.
I said Paqueta, Madison.
Okay, I got Granit Xhaka.
Oh my god.
I had a feeling he was gonna. When he was arguing with you, I think both Kennard and Payne were arguing with you in the last video. As soon as I came here, I was like, he has Granit Xhaka on his team.
Granit
I know it. I
Xhaka
know
is
it.
100% overrated.
You know
He's
what?
Not that good.
He is good.
Your incline has not because him getting better. It's because all the players around him are 10 times better than what they were. He's the exact same guy.
You know, I'm not gonna argue with you and say that he's not overrated, but I'm gonna argue your last argument in the last video. I'm going to stick up for Mikey here because I do think he is a crucial part to that team. I do think he is. Does he?
I think he's
shine.
Okay, go ahead.
Does he shine as much as the other players on that Arsenal team? No, but if he didn't change his mentality and he carried on to be the Granit Xhaka that we've known for the past 3 seasons, 3 to 5, this Arsenal team would not be what it is today. I mean, I think.
So
do
you think he's replaceable?
He is replaceable. Yeah. He is definitely replaceable, and that's why I'm not going to argue saying that he's not overrated. I'm not going to argue you on that. But when you guys were kind of, I think you guys were going too into him a bit in that last video, just a little bit.
I might have got angry.
Maybe it was just Kennard. You looked angry last video. Not gonna lie, like
I might have been a little angry.
Last video, just from the start, you're like I could see it in his face. Like I was cracking.
My energy was a little.
I was cracking the fuck up.
I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say.
What should take? What do you think of Granit Xhaka? Like, would you mind?
I put him in my underrated 11 because I feel like without him, our team isn't our team. If that makes sense. Like we can't play the way we play without him. He's a very crucial.
It's so funny how
of the system we play.
I mean, I love
nobody else wants your players.
Okay. What I love in the midfield is players who can be physical without being one of those like a McTominay. I can't stand Scott McTominay because he's just overly aggressive. He's not good. What I like about Xhaka is that he has that physical presence, and sometimes he doesn't even have to do much because just his presence alone.
I know. Yeah,
he's more like Henderson.
I know. I feel like
is he better than Henderson?
Yeah.
No, not this year, but
overall ever.
Peak Henderson.
Peak.
I
wouldn't say he's better than Peak.
Close.
I wouldn't say
in
he's
your
better
opinion,
than Peak
because I could care less about both. Honestly,
then why are you bringing it up? Why are you bringing it up?
No, because that's a conversation. Because Liverpool fans think Peak Henderson is like on Gerrard, Scholes.
Never that. Levels. They're smoking on that. I think Peak Henderson is good though. I would rate him more than Xhaka, but
I mean, I feel like Xhaka's like
is Peak Xhaka right now?
Yeah, I feel like he's a B tier midfielder, like on the world scale, if that makes sense. Like we have our world class, which is like S tier. Then like the A tier are like Bruno Fernandes, James Madison, or whatever. And then I think he's just like a tier under those type of players. You know what I mean?
So he's a squad player.
And
he's not a star. He's not a star.
He's not a star. He'll never be a star. But
and you guys talk about put some respect on Granit Xhaka's name. It's like, dude, we don't care.
You're making him sound like Oliver Skip
because we don't care about him. He's like Fred.
Respect Skip.
He's Fred.
What a goal he had last week.
He's Fred. We don't talk like put some respect on Fred's name. No.
Well, that dude he became a meme, so there's like no way anyone could respect on his name. Okay.
I just don't like Granit Xhaka. I've been getting heated about him.
Okay, let's go on to another player. So my other midfielder is Mason Mount.
Mason Mount.
Because these Chelsea fans are saying,
man,
I overrated the hell out of him in a video.
Earlier this year, this man said, we're doing a start bench sell. Or I think it was like, which of these 3 midfielders are better? Bruno, Odegaard, and Mount. And he put Mount second over his own player, Bruno Fernandes. And I think Bruno Fernandes is much better than Mason Mount.
Mason Mount, eh? You know what?
Or it could just also be that this Chelsea team's horrible and I see the talent in him for sure.
I think he's good, but I definitely thought he was overrated as well when people were comparing him to Phil Foden. And Phil Foden at that time, when they were making those comparisons, Phil Foden was way, way better than Mason Mount. There's no way Mason Mount was on Phil Foden's level. He has Phil Foden. I'm going to smack you. I'm going to strangle you.
I have a good reason for Phil.
I'm going to
talk to him.
Wow, how'd you know that?
I'm going to strangle you. Nah, but man, I don't even want to carry on. No,
Okay,
I think Mason Mount's good, and I almost put him on my list as well, but it wasn't because I don't think he's good. I just think
I think he's a good football player. I've seen the links to Liverpool, and I feel like he would do a really good job in that Liverpool midfield
he's one of those players that
kind of just rated him ever since his debut season. And
his first 2 seasons were good. I can't deny that. Like he has been really good.
And Rashford kind of did the same thing, huh? Where he hit this dip last season and then Just saying hypotheticals.
Mason Mount.
I mean,
What, you can't talk about that?
what, Rashford?
Rashford had that season where he just completely is doing exactly what Chelsea's doing right now, and he falls off. And then if Chelsea end up coming back, maybe an elevation.
So you think
bounce.
Mason Mount could become one of the most informed players in the world? Like
no, I'm
Rashford?
just saying he could start and get maybe 8 goals, 8 assists a season.
I mean,
It'd get some decent numbers in the Prem.
I think he could do better than that, honestly. But
Just in the Prem?
yeah, it just
That's pretty good.
from my point of view, all the Chelsea fans in my DMs, you know how they be.
They're riding with him.
When he at the beginning of the year, they said Mason Mount is better than Odegaard. He's the second best cam in the league.
I mean, at the time they could make that claim. Now you can't. But
He's not even top
at the
5.
at that time you could have. Yeah, I think when Chelsea are going and they're good, it's because Mason Mount is in form.
That's true.
That's why I didn't put him there. Now you could say that this season because he's been dog water. He's been so bad. But everybody on that Chelsea team has been.
All right,
pretty damn
so
bad.
my overrated midfielder is a different Chelsea player. It's Raheem Sterling. I think he's very overrated. I don't even think he deserves to be in the England team. He's been bad. I think he's been bad at City. He gets stats, but he misses chances all the time.
So Sterling, it's tough to say this because Sterling back in 17, 18 was my favorite player. He was so good, but there has been such a big drop off. I think he does well beating players, but that finishing is such a joke. You can't look past it. It is so bad. He just hasn't been able to bounce back.
And it's no different at Chelsea.
We've seen his. I think we've seen his peak. His peak was with that, from 16 to 18, 19. 20 was a bad season. 21 was a bad season. 22 was a horrific season. And 23 is becoming
a tapping merchant the whole City career.
He's not even a tapping merchant. Why I couldn't stand Sterling at Manchester City anymore is because he was missing tap-ins. Lyon, remember that game? Holy hell, this guy, man. I don't disagree with you.
And I've seen way too many Manchester derbies where Aaron Wan-Bissaka clamps him up.
Yeah.
With them long legs and slide tackles.
Okay, I just think I just like him. I don't know. I feel like
what about him? You like his cake jiggling when he's running?
What are you talking about right now, bro?
He is so good at beating defenders. He is so good at doing that. And when he on his day, he's fantastic. I mean, he helped us win the Premier League in that last game. Him coming on, he got an assist right away. He on his day, he can be a fantastic player, but he's not
he's not a big game player, that's for sure.
No, he can be a
Yeah,
big, he's not consistent. He can be a big game player, but he's not consistent, and that's where people get frustrated. People were talking about Pulisic taking his spot. If you're getting your spot taken by Pulisic, something's wrong with you.
at Chelsea, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that was another reason why I had Chelsea predicted 6 is because I saw they signed Sterling, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
This guy.
All right. Who's your other midfielder?
My other midfielder, Bruno Fernandes.
Wow.
Bruno
He does not
Fernandes.
deserve that this season. Maybe could, especially now.
This is why I overrate him. I hated the comparisons the last 2 seasons when they were comparing him to De Bruyne. Don't ever disrespect De Bruyne like that. And then
I do remember those
and
comparisons. That was
Penendez's time.
And then I don't. And the reason why I say this now is because when I watch him, first of all, he just pisses me off. The way he looks irritates me.
The way he acts.
The way he acts. Always moaning. You got players who moan, right? You're always gonna have players like that. But it's everything. It's with everything. And then the second thing is I watch him and I'm like, okay. So everybody's talking about what a magnificent ball he just played, but no one's talking about how it took him 30 attempts to finally hit it. And I'm just like, he can look good, but it's the reason
he's had a good season this season.
He's good, but he's not outstanding. He's nowhere near world class for me.
I think he's been the 3rd best midfielder in your guys' midfield.
If he continues to play, if this is peak Fernandes.
But you don't think Eriksen deserves
I think Eriksen was better than Bruno Fernandes when Eriksson was running the team.
Well, I'm just saying the old take from a video is you said Eriksson doesn't deserve to start in a Premier League team and he should be a sub. So how did those two line up?
Kind of caught you there. You kind of contradicted yourself there. Nah, but if this is the best we'll see from Bruno, he should be a player that we forget in like 5 years' time.
Nah. His numbers are too ridiculous overall.
What numbers?
Those are empty stats. Those stats, bro.
They're not empty stats.
Nah,
I feel like if you cross it in 30 times, you're gonna hit it. You're gonna hit the target twice.
It's the goals. It's the goals and assists. He
Like,
does it both for us.
he tries to do this like one touch pass two in the air.
And he's our most creative player.
It just
For
looks
sure.
terrible every time. Like
He tries to do this one flick around the corner, and it doesn't really work that often. But
I think he's good, but he's nowhere near world class. And I think a lot of Man United fans would put him world class, and it's just simply not true
it's
to
an
me.
interesting take. I don't know if I would put him world class.
Let me talk about. He's not really a midfielder, but he's a winger. But I've been told he's a 10 now, and that is Jadon Sancho. I just remember this man
Dude, this
saying.
guy loves talking about Jadon Sancho.
I just remember
He
he
just
said.
loves talking about him.
I was telling you, so is Sancho gonna come back to the team? And you're like, yeah, he just gone off training by himself, but he's coming back as a 10. He's gonna be good. I'm like,
Didn't say it was going to be good.
okay. But anyways,
And first of all, he came back and scored like 2 games right in a row.
I still think he's not that good. And
I never said he was good. I said he was going to come back and he might not start. Because
Okay.
where would he start?
Well, you said he was gonna play the 10.
Where? He's not starting over Bruno.
overrated Bruno, of course.
He's not starting over
No, the
Bruno.
crazy thing is,
He's not starting
no,
over
the crazy
Bruno.
thing is, he's probably the third string 10 because Wow is probably a better 10 than Sancho.
Whoa. I wouldn't put Wow as striker for anybody.
Wow can't finish. Wow can't finish.
Wow's the 10
You know
now.
when he came in here, I said I was just
You know what's crazy is
matchup problem.
it's how dramatically his opinion changed from the last time I was here.
Because I watched him miss thousands of chances.
It's because since then, why you could probably count, more times than on your hands of how many chances
Yeah.
he's missed.
Thousands. Wide open chances. Like
Jadon Sancho
wow.
overrated.
He scored an offsides goal.
It would. It's hard for me to say
with
that
his chest.
because how good he was at Dortmund, and then we see him come to Man United, and when that move was made, I was like, okay, his career is gonna die now. But then a guy, a bald bastard, Erik ten Hag comes. Now he's not quite done with Sancho yet, but what he was able to do with Rashford, I have belief that he could do the same.
Yeah,
with
Sancho might never get back into the team.
I have belief.
Where's
that
he going to
can
get
do-
in at?
I have a belief though that if there's going to be a guy to get him back, it's going to be Aaron ten Hag. So that's why I wouldn't say Sancho.
But do you think he's going to start over Antony?
He could? I mean,
Sancho
at Dortmund.
Maybe rotate in with
Sancho at Dortmund. Does he start over Antony? I think he does. So Sancho at his best, I think he starts.
I do want to say that I don't think he's a winger. I think he's a Wobie type player. Like I think he's more of a midfield. I think he can play box to box midfielder. I might be crazy to think that.
You don't
Box to box.
You don't play no defense.
Box
What are
to
you talking
box.
I think he could play. I think he could play.
Maybe if he
box to box.
I don't know. I might be crazy.
unlocked a different part of his brain that said defense.
No,
I might be Will
Just
Still
look,
over here.
your ball
I think I'm
knowledge.
Will Still.
Your ball knowledge
Okay.
might be on another level to ours because
I think he looks exactly like a. I think he looks like a Joelinton. I think he looks like a Wobie, in my opinion. Like,
Joelinton
he's-
and a Wobie.
yeah, I
All
don't.
those guys got size, right? Like
Sancho's a stocky dude. He's not that fast.
He's not fast, but he's skinny.
he's pretty.
I
I
want
feel like he's pretty fast.
I feel like his short distance is pretty fast, but like
Not like
he's quick.
not
He's quick.
winger fast.
He's quick.
Not winger fast.
He's not pacey bastard, but he's quick.
Rashford's fast.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's not
He's
gonna
not
beat
Rashford
nobody
fast.
on a sprint, but like if you got 5 yards to a ball, he'll probably most likely beat most players to it. He's quick.
Okay.
Box to box.
I see it. Okay.
A 10 is maybe the farthest I'll go. And
Uh-huh.
that's even in my opinion. It's
The only reason why I seen him there is because FIFA put him there for whatever reason.
Oh,
Out of
yeah.
Cam.
Are you gonna sit all your midfielders?
No, I got one left. I said Anthony Gordon.
Fair.
40 million pounds is ridiculous for Anthony Gordon
I did just
at
try.
Newcastle.
Yeah, I was surprised
He's
Newcastle
gonna
got-
fall off immediately.
You know, I'm waiting for Newcastle to start making those signings. You kind of like what Manchester City did back in 2008, 9, 10,
Right.
when they were getting bigger. They weren't getting the best, but they were getting good players. And I'm waiting for those signings. And so when I saw Anthony Gordon, I was like, that's an odd one. You know, like you're on the way up.
They have a lot of bad signings where they overpay.
Yeah, there's no need for a signing like that. You know who I would love to
Chris
see
Wood,
at,
same thing.
You know who I'd love to see at Newcastle, and I've said it ever since Newcastle got taken over? Christian Pulisic. I think that's where he gets his playing time.
I don't think he should be in the Prem anymore. I think he should try a different league, honestly.
Maybe, but I just feel like Christian Pulisic, he's a decent winger. And if he's going to get playing time somewhere for a decent team, I think he can be one of those players that, you know, how we looked at like Jesus Navas.
He just
or
needs to
Nasri
get some.
for Manchester City. They weren't the best wingers in the world, but they
Right.
were good wingers, and they helped them. They helped Manchester City go forward. I think Newcastle can. I think Pulley maybe could be one of those players. I mean, people are always talking about where Pulisic is going to go next, and I just feel like Newcastle.
Just needs to be a team where he can get game every week without having to worry about.
I just feel like
Someone
he's
take
obviously not
his
better
spot.
than Saint Maximin, but Saint Maximin, you know,
I almost put him in my overrated 11.
he gets benched a lot, whether it be for whatever reasons.
Yeah, he does.
He's kind of falling in that Adama Traore.
Yeah, like he was a pacey bastard. He has the skill. Traore didn't have the skill, but
It's just the finishing that was better. The finesse
Yeah.
isn't there.
We ready for the front three?
Yep.
I got one more midfield. Enzo.
Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo.
I think it's too soon to talk about.
It's too soon to say, but I always hate people that make signings just after a good World Cup. That's why I got Enzo. That price tag is obviously going to hang over his head. Yeah, that's why I put Enzo. I hate World Cup signings. I hate World Cup signings. I'm glad my team.
Do we
doesn't do
think
that
we're
shit.
eventually gonna be
I could be wrong. I
Like,
could be wrong, but I don't-
120 mil in today's market isn't that bad of a price down the road?
I don't see.
'Cause, like, if Jude go-
120 million for a player.
If Jude goes like 150 mil, then does that
No.
reset the
See
price?
that? See, we could make that argument if we knew that Enzo Fernandez was going to be a great player. If we knew, if he consistency was,
Yeah, we still don't know.
we still don't know. He had a good World Cup, but look at all the Argentina players now. Other than Martinez, who's succeeding on that Argentina side club wise?
I mean, McAllister scored a penalty the other day.
Shut the fuck up. McAllister scored a penalty. A lot of them are on
And
the
we got
downhill.
Romero.
Romero's bad. Martinez has been not your Martinez. Goalie Martinez has been
Oh
shocking.
yeah, he's been shocking.
Messi obviously could care less what he's doing right now. He just, once in a while will hit a free kick here and there. Like, they peaked. Those Argentina players peaked for that tournament. They had
It's because they're just getting trashed.
they had the
now.
footballing gods and spirit in them for that tournament. Like,
They got trashed.
I don't
And
know,
now they're hungover.
Di Maria has been playing pretty decent for Juve.
but we know Di Maria was good. We've been knowing that. He's class.
So
I just didn't want to intersect on Di Maria.
my winger, one of these guys I don't think deserves a Premier League contract.
This guy has
and
some smoke with some of these players.
It's Daniel Podence from Wolves.
I like him.
Nah, he is not good.
He just can't finish. That's his issue.
And he's small. He's
I
not.
don't
He's
think
not. He's too small. He can't finish. He's quick, but
Dude,
I also
on the
think he
ball,
looks
he's
goofy
nasty.
out there. I think he looks goofy out there
I think he's decent. I think Wolves is the perfect club for him. I mean,
because he's
just-
Portuguese.
No, just
The only
like,
reason you
'Cause
left
he's
him-
Portuguese?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, hold up. Where are Wolves in the table right now?
they're like 13, 12.
Yeah, they're on an uptick.
Oh, they're 13.
They're 13.
Mm-hmm.
How many points from the bottom?
They're clear from the bottom now.
So they're
I think,
5 points
Wolves
off.
5,
They're
but
5 points off of Everton. If Wolves were in a relegation battle right now, I think I could agree with you, because if I was a Wolves fan and I was looking at Podence to help me get out of relegation, I would not have high hopes. But since they're doing decent and well, I feel like he's a decent player. You know,
And it's because they just signed a bunch of people. They got like Sarabia, they got Cunha, they got.
I mean, he's definitely better than some of the wingers that they signed because they signed Guedes. Who's that?
Guedes is gone now.
Guedes ain't even at the club.
He's already there and gone. Diego Costa.
He's still at the club.
he's in. What was
But
the
they
extent
had
of his
to,
injury?
they
By the
had
way,
to replace because they had no attackers.
Okay. I don't know which winger to go for.
Just gonna say Anthony.
I mean, I know who one of them is. I'm gonna smack him across the
Okay,
face.
I think Phil Foden's overrated. And I say this because I hate this comparison between Foden and Saka. It's not even close.
Oh my God! Do you want to put the gloves on?
Saka's way better than Phil.
What, off of one really good season?
I
Where's
thought this
Saka's
last season.
Champions League nights? Where's Saka's Champions League night? Can Saka put his team on his back
Yes,
in a crucial
that's what he's doing
in
right
a crucial
now.
Champions League game? Can he do that?
He's not played a
He's
single
not doing
game
that.
in the Champions
He ain't
League. Yet.
doing that.
He hasn't even made his debut, mate.
Phil Foden at his best, which we're gonna see, right? You're gonna regret this. You're gonna regret this.
It's gonna be really funny if you guys lose to Leipzig.
Is this guy on smoke?
I don't think you guys are going to lose.
No, look. When okay, this is what I'll say. Ready?
Yep. I'm ready.
Was Saka ever compared to Phil Foden? To Mbappe and Holland?
Nah.
No. Guess who was? Because he was that freaking good.
No.
At the
If
time.
he's that good, then why is
Because he
Holland
was
on your
that
team? If he's that good, why is
guy.
Holland on your team?
Because Holland's a striker and Foden's a winger.
If they're being compared, why are they on the same team?
Because we needed a striker. Bro, Phil Foden.
I have a question for
Oh
you.
my days.
Where does Phil Foden rank on your own team?
On my own team? What do you mean?
Like who's
As a winger?
who's the best player on your team?
Who's Big One?
Who's the second best player?
Second best player.
Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland's probably one.
Guess we have
Maybe
to go.
one.
Nah, he ain't better than Big One. Yeah, I'll go with Erling Haaland.
Who's third?
Phil Foden.
Really?
Phil Foden.
He's the third best player on a second place team, while Saka is our best player on a team in first right now. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, but we know on paper.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to
that's
go?
like, that's like
You want to
saying-
go that route? All right. How
That's
many
like-
Premier Leagues does Saka have? How many trophies does he have?
We're about to see.
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm hyping up the Man City fan
We're
right
about
now,
to
but he's gotta
see.
turn me
We're
up.
about to get a double this. We're gonna
We're
get a
about to
double this
see.
season. We're about to get a double this season.
Bro, come on now. Phil
I mean, his
Foden.
Warriors jersey about a bandwagon.
Who's
right?
better, Phil Foden or Saka?
Don't put this pressure on me. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
You can't
Come
be
on.
honest and
I
say
really do.
you do not think Phil's better than Saka.
If you would have asked me up until this year, I would have said Foden. But now this year, I would have said Fox or Saka.
Let's have a looky here.
Are we looking at GA?
Let's have a
'Cause-
looky here.
All
All right, goals. Phil Foden has 9. Saka on his best season has 10. Now I know assists. This is going to be quite different. Saka has 9. Phil Foden has. Oh shit! I gotta scroll down. 4. So we're looking at this as one of Phil Foden's worst seasons, right? But yet the stats aren't that much different, are they, Mikey?
Well, Saka's going this way, and it sounds like your player's going that way.
But he's on the way back up. He's on the way
Recently,
back up.
yeah, his form.
And the season's not even over.
He's on the
This is
way up.
halfway through. This,
And Phil Foden's on the way back up, so we could see Phil Foden overtake Saka by the end of the season.
if he starts,
He started last 3, and he scored in the last 3.
we'll see. We'll see. Jack
Bro,
Grealish
I
might take
can't
his
be-
spot again.
I can't believe you said that.
That's an interesting conversation.
I
though.
can't believe you said that.
I really think both fan bases would stay.
I think
die on each
Saka
other.
starts easily on. I think Martinelli's better than Foden. You don't think so?
You stop there.
Okay.
You stop there now.
I think it's like this. I'll put Phil better.
You stop.
But it's
You-
close. It is close. It is close between
Save
Phil
me.
and Martinelli.
Foden's such an
Save me.
interesting player.
Save
because
You have to start every day. You have to start every game. And he
My
doesn't.
coach,
He doesn't start every game.
my
he's not a
coach,
Holland. He's not a KDB.
who made your coach, by the way, my coach who made your coach said that Phil Foden is the best talented youngster he's ever seen. And this is the same guy that coached Lionel Messi.
Wow.
My coach who made your coach, my coach who you can thank for Arsenal having
All I'm
success
saying is
this
my coach
season.
is better than your coach.
Oh.
Nah.
No, stop right there. Stop right
And we
there.
win the Prem?
No.
Compared to how many
I was gonna
Prem
let
does
you
Pep
go, but
got?
then I realized what you said, and I was like, "Nah, we got to take that back."
Mike, you're getting
Conversation's
too
getting too
big
crazy.
for your
Okay.
britches there.
We need to save this for a Man City versus Arsenal combined 11. We need to save this for later.
My coach made your coach. How can you say? How do you dare say?
Okay,
he's better
let's
than
get back
mine?
to the video. Let's get back to the video. So yeah, Phil
Phil-
Foden, my overrated
What?
winger.
I cannot
He
say.
said Arteta is better than.
I'm
than
just
Pep
okay. I was
Guardiola.
filling your leg on that one. I was filling
there's
your
no
leg
way.
on that one.
There's no way. There's no way you say that in seriousness.
I was smiling after I said that.
Yeah.
Okay. I said one winger. You said one
I
winger.
said one.
I haven't said a winger. I'm having a tough time with the wingers. I think I might have one in my notes.
Yeah, striker.
I do got a striker. Yes. I've had some pretty controversial ones. I'm about to have another one. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
He put him in the underrated 11,
I
which
did.
made no sense.
Here's
First
why I
of all,
say Harry Kane.
it actually makes a ton of sense why Harry Kane would be in there. Because
big player, big time. He's bottled it for England multiple times. He's had how many finals has he had with Spurs? I know he had one in the
He
Carabao
has-
Cup.
And the Champions League.
Okay, we never expected Harry Kane to do much there, but he's bottled some huge games. I think he's a great player. I think he's a fantastic striker, but people say that he's better than the likes of like Drogba.
You said
Aguero.
Spurs suck, but they're in fourth. How does that make sense?
They suck.
But they're in fourth.
How it makes sense. I'm not saying Harry Kane's. I'm not saying
The
Harry Kane's
answer
bad.
is Harry Kane.
I'm not saying
the answer is Harry Kane.
I'm not saying Harry Kane's bad. I think he's a fantastic
he's
striker.
had an amazing season.
But people
He's
can-
He's
carrying
talking
it.
about his career.
People
He's talking about his
compare
career.
him to the likes of
Oh, yeah.
Sergio Aguero.
People say he's the
Drogba.
best. Prem
People compare him to
striker.
Alan Shearer, and I'm just like, yo, just because he's racking up goals and assists, when have any of those goals been in a big game? Never.
Nah, he scores against Arsenal all the time.
Is that a big game though?
For them, it is.
For them, it is. Yeah. But did they win that? Did they win? They didn't win the
For
day.
you, it is.
Like,
I mean, I'd rather win a trophy
Look at
than
him.
beat.
Look at him.
I'd rather win a trophy than beat Spurs.
like we're gonna look back at Harry Kane and we're gonna watch all those highlights and
Pretty
we're
sure
like, wow,
Spurs
that
won
was
too.
good. How many of those goals actually meant something though? Not one.
That
Oh,
is crazy.
You beat Man City twice in a season. Let's put that on a banner and hang it up in their empty ass.
Son is not okay. I guess I'm just saying he's had a really good season, and when I was talking about just his season, because Son has not been there, and normally it's either him and Son.
I'm not.
That's
Yeah,
how they're.
I think
gonna
he's a
score.
fantastic
It's-
striker, and when he was linked to Manchester City, I said, I don't mind that. But to compare him to Alan Shearer, to compare him to Sergio Aguero, even Drogba, like, nah.
I think he's
He's
better
not.
than Drogba, but I do understand. Like people said, he's the best striker in the Prem, and how can he be the best striker in the Prem? Just because he has the most
Wayne
goals.
Rooney, like people even compare him to, like, people ask, is Harry Kane the best English player we've seen? I'm just like, how can you disrespect Wayne Rooney like that? You can't.
I like that take. Good take.
That's why I go with Wayne Rooney. I wish Kennard was here.
Okay.
So my overrated player is just because of the money, bad signing for Charleston. No
That was my
goals.
other player.
It's hard to say him though. He's not playing. He ain't playing. He ain't
He's
playing.
the Brazil 9.
He shouldn't be the Brazil's 9.
He had a decent World Cup. Though.
He did.
He did have a decent World Cup.
He just got injured in the third game.
So that means he still started the 2 games before that. It's just the Brazil.
Like, didn't he win goal of the tournament?
Probably.
Yeah.
His goal was like
It
upper
was
goal
filled.
of the year. But
His
How
club,
much did they
his
buy him
club
for?
form has been atrocious.
and he has 0 Prem goals and 2 Champions
I mean,
League
he's not
goals.
playing. I mean, he's getting in trouble for an interview he just had, basically calling the team shit.
Yeah, he did actually. That's crazy. Yeah, and you guys said you don't like hotheads.
Oh yeah,
that's one of them.
I hate that dude. I hate Richarlison.
There's one of them.
I don't hate Richarlison. But he's definitely one of those players I don't want to see score against my team because if I see him do a stupid ass celebration with that ugly face, it's gonna piss me off. Yeah.
What else about Richarlison? I mean, he can't get into that front three, in my opinion.
Son's.
No way.
I don't think he can get in that front three at first.
Son.
He don't play on the left though.
Huh?
He don't play on the left.
He's been playing
on the left. That's why he's been so trash. Jesus.
They don't know. It's just because Son doesn't do anything when he starts.
Okay. My other player is Charleston. So do you have a second attacker or forward?
I was thinking of going. There's two players I was thinking of going with: Kulusevski, Pulisic, maybe. The fact that he's still on that Chelsea team, the fact that still Chelsea fans even talk about bringing him into the team, like there's no way, right?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why.
So I was thinking about going with him.
If this was filmed like 2 weeks ago, I probably would have said Gakpo, but can't say it.
You got lucky.
Yeah, I got lucky.
You got lucky then.
I might have to go with Kulusevski.
Yeah. He's got a major drop off in form.
Major drop off. I mean, when I seen him last season, I was like, wow, this guy's like Spurs have found themselves a really good player. And then the drop off, like I feel like he's just lost his confidence. We don't see him taking on players anymore. Could that be due to the form of Spurs?
He's another one of them that's not that quick.
But I think when I hear about when we go against Spurs and people are like, Kulusevski's going to tear you up. I'm like, not this season, mate. He had one good half a season, and people still refer to him as a baller, and I'm just like, I don't know, maybe. So I'm gonna go with Kulusevski. Yeah.
Okay, let me go with my last player, and that is Anthony Dos Santos, the player from
Anthony. Bro,
dude, $90 million for this dude. You guys got robbed. That is daylight robbery.
You're hating on him because his Prem stats aren't that great, but he's actually scored a couple big goals for us recently in like the FA Cup and Europa League and
Arsenal.
Against Arsenal.
He's too one-footed for me to start off with.
And
I think he's replaceable.
How do we have overrated players when we're overachieving from what we were supposed to do?
Because everyone.
How does that make sense?
When you guys got him, you guys were talking about how great you guys were as Manchester United fans. All these fans were talking about how great.
No. It was all about a fidget spinner. That's all it was.
That's after he started playing. I'm talking before he started playing. He said he was going to be a top winger in the league, and he's nowhere close to that at all.
You're making that up.
What? How? You're telling me no?
Because he gets memed instant. It happened both times with Anthony and.
That's not true because during the preseason, you guys were balling and you're like, oh my God, this Manchester United team is fucking nasty. Like every fucking season you guys in the preseason, you guys ball out in the preseason and then you guys hype yourself up before anything.
So you know where I know you're wrong?
His face looks like you just slapped him in it.
It's because Anthony didn't sign until way into August, near the deadline. So I caught you in your lie. That's why I'm looking at him funny.
Bro, it looked like Mikey just slapped you in your face when they...
Because he just lied.
Man, Anthony, it's hard because if I say he's overrated, then we got to say Jack Grealish is overrated because they have the same amount of goal contributions this season. And I think,
and he's cheaper.
I almost put him in my overrated 11 too. It's not like
you could both. I mean, it's going to be tough for. And this is why you don't feel bad for them because they're making stupid money.
My laptop is dying. The charger's not working. So
we're in the episode there, lads.
No,
I got one more.
Yeah, just say it.
So it's
I think I said
Havertz.
Havertz, good shout.
I would say Havertz too. That guy, fuck that guy.
Champions League goal merchant.
Fuck that kid.
Okay.
Everybody calls him big goal, big game. Havertz, fuck that dude. That's
All right.
that's what I'm in and off of.
That was our video. It was
Fuck
like,
this guy too for comparing soccer to Philvin. Fuck off.
all right, that's our video. Please like and subscribe.